Okay folks, so this week we are going to look at coordinates, okay, which is probably a topic that you are aware of anyway, so hopefully some of this will really just be revision, okay, but some of it we're planning on taking on a little bit further. So the first thing to know is that we write a coordinate and it will look something like this. So this would be the coordinate 1, 2, that's how we would say it. This would be the coordinate 4, 10. And this would be the coordinate 7, 2. Okay, so that's how we say coordinates and that's how we write them. So there's two numbers with a comma in between and brackets around the outside. Now, a couple of things that are important to know. The first number is called the x coordinate and the second number is called the y coordinate. Okay, because usually when we draw coordinates, what we're going to have, and I've got a pre-drawn grid here, okay, is we're going to have a set of coordinate axes like we've got here, and you can see that the one going along the bottom here is called the x-axis, okay, and the one going up the side is called the y-axis. You'll sometimes hear the phrase y to the sky, okay, to help you remember which one's which. The other good thing is they're also in alphabetical order, so when we do our coordinates we do x first, okay, because x comes first in the alphabet, and then we do y second. So you're going to be asked a few different things this week. One will be, can you plot coordinates? 2 will be, can you read off coordinates? And 3 might be to do with making pictures, drawing them together. You might struggle with that if you don't have any squared paper at home, and that's absolutely fine, I get that, don't worry about it. I have put a wee document together with this coordinate axis and this one underneath that you can use, and also blank kind of squared paper that you can either use on a computer, okay, to create your own pictures on a computer if you don't want to do them hand-drawn, or that if you have the means to, you can print them off. There's also jotters at school that you can pick up if you really need to from the office. Okay, so anyway, we have, if we were asked to plot that coordinate 1, 2, what it means is we go along the x-axis 1 and then we go up the y-axis 2. So you'll sometimes hear the phrase along the corridor and up the stairs. So we're going along the x-axis to 1 and then we're going up to 2 on the y-axis, and we either can put a dot or you can put a little cross or something, okay? Now mine's not 100% accurate there just because I was using my tablet pen. There we go. So a little dot or a little cross, something that shows that that's the point 1, 2. If there's a letter beside it, maybe we're calling that point A, then we could always write that beside it. So the next coordinate I wrote down was 4, 10. So that means we're going along 4 and up 10. So we go along to 4, which is here, and then all the way up to 10, which is here. So there's our coordinate 4, 10. Let's call that B. So I'm going to write a little B beside that, okay? And you guys will probably be much neater than I am. And then the last one that I gave you as an example, let's call that C, is the coordinate 7, 2. So we're going along 7 and then up 2, like that. Okay, and that's our coordinate C. Now if we joined them together, you'd probably notice we would actually get a triangle. Okay, it would actually be an isosceles triangle. And sometimes we can make little pictures by joining coordinates together. Now, a couple of other things to notice. If I asked you which two coordinates have the same y coordinate, well, let's have a look. This one has a y coordinate of 2. This one has a y coordinate of 10. And this one has a y coordinate of 2 as well. So you could say that A and C have the same y coordinate. Okay. So there might be questions that ask you about coordinates that have the same y coordinate or the same x coordinate. Now, I'm going to mark on another 3 coordinates. So we'll have D, we'll have E, that's supposed to be there, and we'll have F. So what we're going to do now is we're going to write down what those coordinates are. So E, oh, we had a D as well, didn't we? D and F. So this time, if we have a look, I'm just going to get rid of the highlightedness there. Okay, oh, I've just lost where F was. There we go. So, if we look at D first of all, here's the coordinate D here. How many do we go along? We go along 7. Okay, so D is 7 along, so I've drawn that little yellow highlighted line to help me. Okay, and how many up is it? Where does it go on our y-axis? It goes along to 14. So D is the coordinate 7, 14. Okay, D is the coordinate 7, 14. It has the same x coordinate as C, because C was also 7 something. What about E? E, we're going all the way along to 15 here on the x-axis. So E has an x coordinate of 15. And on the y-axis, we're going all the way up just to 4. So E is the coordinate 15, 4. Okay, and then F, final one. F is up here. For F, we're not going along at all. We're just staying on that y-axis, which means we're going along 0. Sometimes the ones with 0 in it can confuse us a little bit. And then we're going up 11, okay, because it's at 11 on our y-axis. So that's how we do coordinates in what we call one quadrant, or the first quadrant. And I'm sure most of you will have seen that before. But what else we're going to look at, because we've been looking at negative numbers recently, okay, we can actually also do coordinates in what we call four quadrants, where we're going to involve some negative numbers as well. So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. And at this stage you don't need to worry too much about that, guys. Okay? Now, all we need to know when we're doing these is that we do the exact same thing. It is still x and y. Okay, so still the first numbers are x coordinate, it's how much we go along, but this time we might be going along either to the right or to the left. We'll go to the right if it's a positive number and the left if it's a negative number. And then for y, we might be going up to the sky, but we might be going down if it's a negative number. So we're working in the same way, but it's just we might have to go a slightly different way, kind of feel like going backwards if the numbers are negative. So we're going to do the exact same again, guys. We're going to talk about 3 coordinates here first of all that I'm going to draw. And then once we've drawn these 3, I'm going to mark on another 3 and we're going to see if we can read them off. Okay, so the first one, A is 3 minus 2. So we're going along 3. So we're on our x-axis. We're finding positive 3. Positive 3 is here. Oh, sorry guys, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, positive 3 is here. And then we're going minus 2. So we're going down 2. So there would be A. Okay, so that minus 2 is for our y-axis. Y-axis we're going up or down the way. Okay, so we're finding minus 2 on the y-axis and we line that up there. Okay. Next one is B. We've got minus 7. Now, x coordinate along the way. So we're going back to minus 7 here. Okay. And then our y-axis, we've got a 1. So we're going up 1. So we're going back 7, up 1, which takes us to there. So that is B. And remember, you can put a little dot or a little cross. I'm not really very sure what that is, guys, so let me just replace it there. So minus 7 and up 1. There we go. And then the last one, C. Minus 4 on our x-axis, minus 2 on our y-axis. So we're going back to minus 4, which is here. And then we're going down to minus 2, which is here. So minus 4, minus 2, there would be where C is. Okay. And then just like we did before, guys, I'm going to mark on 3 more. So D, E, and F. And let's see if we can get these coordinates. So D, we're going to have an X and a Y coordinate. E, we're going to have an X and a Y coordinate. And F, we're going to have an X and a Y coordinate. So, D, what are we going along to first of all? Well, D is here. Where does that go? That's along -2. And then how many up is it? Well, we've gone up 9. So that is -2 or -2, 9. E, the next one, is away over here. So, same again. E, how many along are we going? We're going, oh, that's a bit of a squiggly line. We're going all the way along to 7. So our X coordinate is 7. And then we're going down, so it's going to be a negative number. And how many are we going down to? We're going down to -8. And you can count the boxes if you need to. It's kind of easier for me using the highlighter on the tablet. But you can be counting the boxes. That's what I'd be doing if I was doing it on paper. Okay. And then the final one, F there. We've got it here. So that's -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. That's all the way to -10 there. Okay, all the way to -10 for F. And then we're going down. We've gone down 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So -10, -4. So you've got 2 different sets of sheets for coordinates, guys. You've got coordinate set 1, which is just first quadrant stuff, like we did to begin with. So I would do that one first, okay, even if you think you know what you're doing, because it'll get you used to the types of questions it's asking. And then you've got coordinates 2, which is using all 4 quadrants like that. And there's some My Maths things on this as well, okay.